What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin', y'all? It's your dude. It's your boy, Kinsport, and it's the Blind Pursuit podcast. The guys that you have grown to love or avoid. And here's my dude, Flavius. What's up, bro?
Don't let them avoid me. Man, I was digging that intro. You almost was singing that. Are you ready to like burst into song? It's the
It's
blind pursuit, and I'm so cute. Just an idea. Maybe that one won't stick, but we'll throw other ones up against the wall till we find a good one?
oh yeah, man. With the way we sing, bro, we gotta auto tune that stuff, bro.
Yeah, it would take a lot of work, I know. A lot of it would go well beyond the capabilities of like Gold Wave and that stuff you were talking about the other day. It would take like AI, the FBI, all kinds, you know, places nobody has ever been before. I think it would take.
The AFBI. There
There
you
you
go.
go. Yeah,
Well, no, man. What do you think about auto tune, though, bro? Because I think you from the old school, right?
yeah.
You play music like how it's supposed to be played. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, or at least that there's a school of thought that says that, like it should be on a musical instrument and you should be singing it. But autotune has helped people produce a certain kind of effect. And I think lately I've tried to like open my own mind up a little bit to that because it it creates possibilities that maybe like analog music and the older styles of music didn't really have. So it's different, it's new to me, but it ain't so bad. It's just making sure you hit the exact right note. And it has that, for us, kind of funny sound to it, but that ain't the worst thing that ever happened?
but when it comes to listening to everybody, you don't think everybody sounds the same? Because that seems to be the popular perception. I don't like auto tune because everybody just sounds the same.
I don't know what to say about that because you go through trends in popular music and they'll say that about auto tune. But man, like 30 years ago, all the rockers were trying to sound like they were from Seattle, you know? Like everybody was singing like this because that's the way Pearl Jam and Alice in Chains and Soundgarden and all those
Oh
guys
man,
and Nirvana were singing. So,
Pearl Jam. That's my jam. No pun intended. Don't call me daughter.
yeah, yeah. But, for a while, everybody was trying to do that. Then later on, like, what did they call them guys? The shoegazers, emo, and everybody was doing that while screaming. I still can't believe people can do that because
Yeah.
I think I told you I've got like occasionally I get these polyps on my vocal cords because I sang like I did gigs and stuff into my late 40s and early 50s, and sang a lot of those old like classic rock things from the 60s and 70s. And the doctor kept going, you need to be careful. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be careful. But then I came in one time and he noticed, he says, you got these little things, we gotta see what we want to do about them. And they usually kind of go away with like a steroid treatment. But those emo guys, I bet they got polyps all over from all that screaming because us rocker types, we used to get loud and we used to sing up really high, but we didn't ever scream like them emo guys do.
Man,
That's different.
speaking of screaming, because you know how everybody knows I'm hearing impaired.
Yeah.
So I went to the what do you I just call it the hearing place. You know what I'm
Hearing
saying?
center? Yeah.
Yeah, the hearing healthcare center. So I might be getting a new hearing aid, bro. So I don't know whether to be pumped or nervous.
How do you
Yeah,
feel
but
about the one you got?
The one I have, bro, honestly, all it does is masks the tinnitus. We talked about that a while ago.
Yeah.
And low key, there's like white noise and stuff, and that annoys me to know. And because a lot of people, if they don't know what's really going on under the hood, people just think I'm grumpy. I'm like, dude, try hearing this all day, every day in your ear, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And it kind of wears you out after a while, I imagine.
Plus hearing you talk, and then on top, not you, but plus hearing you talk, you nag, and then this white noise, and then tinnitus, I'm going bonkers.
Yeah. Are you saying between the white noise and the white boys, it's like too much? Is that?
But I ain't gonna lie, man. I've been hearing impaired for a decade and a half. I've learned to love it though, especially when people are fighting or back in the day, a couple years ago, several years ago, when the girls here were fighting, I just take out the hearing aid. I ain't know no, I don't know
Yeah,
what's going
really.
on.
I don't know what
Hey
y'all are
dad,
mad about.
hey dad, did you hear what she said? What she called me? No.
No, I did not.
I,
Yeah, there there are possible advantages. But man, I don't want to minimize because I know that does probably wear you out like over a whole day. So what are they saying about this new one?
I don't know. I don't know if he's saying it because where he works, you know what I'm saying? He just like the noise reduction, it automatically changes the noise reduction depending on the environment you go into. I'm like, "You said that about this one."
Yeah, but it's new and it's improved.
Exactly.
But they have
Are you familiar with hearing aid brands? Or
not really. Uh-uh.
so, what's it called? I had it in my brain like 30 minutes ago. Phonic? Does that sound familiar?
That sounds reasonable enough. I've never heard of it, but like I say, I don't know.
Phonic?
Yeah,
And the hearing aid, I think it's called see, I always change words around, change people's names around, like,
like
I
Mike
can't
and Spike.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I forget the real name, you know what I'm saying? So, like, the name of the hearing aid, I think it's called Verto?
Wow.
So
Okay.
when I was at the hearing place, I'm like, "What's it called again, sir? Vertigo?" I'm always trying to be funny, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and then I just end up forgetting what I need to remember. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google that though. Man, but for a pair, bro, they range from like on the low end 600, the middle
Wow.
the middle is 1,600,
Yeah.
and
Man.
then the top of the line,
Yeah.
2,500 bucks.
Jesus. Man. So does your insurance help out with that?
Mm, that's with the discount already. I don't know how much it is beforehand because I'm like, dude, it's already 2,500. I don't want to hear what the actual amount is.
Man, yeah, no kidding. Ow. But if they helped, like if they just made listening a more pleasant thing for you, that kind of be worth whatever you had to do.
I don't know. Don't take this the wrong way though, bro. But as loud as you are on this show,
Yeah, you might, you might, you might go for that low end one. Is that what I'm saying? Give me that quiet one.
oh yeah, because he's like, you can test it out, man. You have 60 days if you want to do the middle one. I can come back 60 days later. I'm gonna go for the low one because my co-host is still
Yeah,
loud.
yeah. It's this one guy, but it looks like they could build AI and stuff into those things too, because it's certainly in everything else.
I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm gonna ask everybody this, and if it's a, as they say, there's no such thing as a stupid question, right?
Yeah, but I
So
can
I'm
I can give you a stupid answer though. Now, I am well able to do that. But what you got?
so I was okay. They got the hearing aids that go in your ear, right?
Right?
I, actually, all of them go in your ear, right? I don't see a lot of hearing aids, so that's why I'm asking. A majority of them go in your ear, right? Like
I
inside
think
there.
so.
So here's my question though, since I like to use my AirPods a lot, how does that work? I mean, you got the hearing aid. 'Cause I might be using two hearing aids, bro. Because
Well,
I'm deaf in the right ear, but I'm starting. I'm thinking I'm losing some in the left ear.
Yeah.
So the next step is to get the hearing test done, which I gotta call tomorrow,
Yeah.
make an appointment, and then we'll go based off that.
But it does seem like it could be like a conflict to have AirPods and then in the ear hearing aids. But would you be able to use, instead of like the regular AirPods with buds, could you use like, doesn't Apple make, oh, what do they call them things? Like the small headphones that just like cover the ear opening, or would that be like uncomfortable?
I have to know what you're talking about first.
It's a smaller kind of headphone. Actually, I'm wearing something similar to what I'm talking about right now. It doesn't cover my whole ear. It just it mainly centers around like the part of your ear where the whatever you call it is, ear canal or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I know some deaf dudes. I mean, like, they're not complete, but they're worse off than I am. I'll ask them, but these guys are like 84, 82, man. They're not gonna be rocking AirPods though.
Probably not, but I bet somebody has thought of a strategy or something
Wait
with
a
that.
minute. So couldn't I just Bluetooth it? The AirPod to the hearing aid?
I don't know. I know a
'Cause,
lot of hearing aids work with apps like, iPhone apps, because there was a guy in my book club that used to come and we meet at this place called Central Market. It's like a little cafe combo grocery store. So it's always pretty well trafficked in there. And he was saying one time, he just goes, these hearing aids are great because I can kind of dial in using my iPhone. I can dial in the right setting. And, I don't know the degree of his deafness or anything, but he was doing pretty good.
what I need to do, I should go ask our friend Mr. Ryan.
Well, that's true. He would certainly know more than I do about it, but that ain't saying a whole lot.
That dude, he doesn't even wear hearing aids. You know that, right?
I didn't know that. No.
I don't know why he doesn't. It's kinda like, what, you ain't too proud to beg type thing? Like, are you one of them blind cats? I don't need to use a cane, I can see just fine.
Oh man, I don't think that would last too long. But you talk to him on the phone sometimes, right?
Nah, yeah, but, I'm not trying to be rude, but I love the guy, but when you got 2 deaf dudes on the phone,
Yeah.
95% of the conversation, "What'd you say? Huh? What?
Yeah,
Never mind, bro, I'll text you."
I know. That's a tough one now.
Yeah, I love the guy, man, but we don't talk as much, and I think that's the main reason why, but
Yeah.
he knows that I'm always ready to call him and hang up the phone.
That's right. You call him up and hang up. We hadn't done that in a long time. We had talked about that out there. But
No, that's an inside joke, yo, that's an inside joke,
yeah, yeah.
but
The boss doesn't really call him up and hang up yet.
I did one time by accident. I was like, "Oops." I was joking about that too, I'm like, "I didn't mean to hang up, bro."
Uh, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, man, though. Yeah, you oughta, if they're gonna get you a new one, you oughta, if you can swing it, you oughta do it just to see what they got.
Yeah, anything is better than, I don't know, what I got now,
Yeah.
and we'll see what happens, man. I'll keep everybody posting.
Good, yeah.
Like I said, I gotta call and what's the man, I even asked ChatGPT. Autogram, is that what it's called? Where you go take the test and it shows how deaf you are and stuff?
Oh, yeah, audiogram or aud
Audio, yeah.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how to word it, but it's so devastating when I get the results, man. How do you tell someone that you lost hearing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's bad news. How do you break that to someone, like, you know what I mean?
them guys, I guess, are just of a certain kind of disposition. But yeah, I
I
I've
could
known
tell though.
people.
I could tell by the way they pause before they talk to me, then I hear them take a small little sigh. I'm like, I lost more hearing, didn't I?
Yeah, yeah, I know. That's probably a friend of mine was talking about how this is a different situation, but it's the same kind of deal. He had like prostate cancer and it finally got him. But he was saying that oncologist, the doctor that dealt with all that was like that. He said you could tell the guy hated to tell me the bad news. But yeah, that's it takes in order for like a doctor to still like inspire your trust and stuff, but give you the straight up news, that takes a special kind of person, I guess.
Well, I've known these guys. I've gone to these guys. Even when they did not accept my insurance, I still went to them, even though I had to pay. But that's how much I love going to them. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that they ripped out the carpet though, because I walked in there. I'm like, am
Yeah.
I right?
Where am I? The man dropped me off at the wrong place. I know I
I'm like,
hate that.
wasn't there used to be carpet here? They're like, yeah, we had to take out the carpet and lay down flooring because people kept bringing in Slurpees and spilling them.
Oh man.
That's
Now that
hard to clean on the carpet.
that would be kind of a drag. I wouldn't have thought of
Uh,
that.
I was like, "Hey, no, hey, every time you got a mess, man, I know a janitor I can call.
Hey, that's right. We got a friend.
We gotta fly him over from Minnesota."
Really? He would do it though.
So,
Because
yeah, we got a guest today, right?
yes, we do.
Do you think he's here?
We're fixing to find out.
Yeah, we got a couple minutes until the top of the hour. I wanna make sure this alert works, though. I turned on the alerts because people kept telling me, "You do" what is it? I have to look at the keys. And this is what I tell my students, man, "Don't look at the keys when you're typing."
He is here.
Alright, bring him on in.
He's good.
Ooh, I got the notification.
Rockin'.
People weren't lying.
I know. See, so you turned on that Windows alert thing and it actually alerted you?
Yeah, I said, Jose Martinez has joined the
Rockin'.
meeting.
There he
Yep, I'm right
goes.
here.
Jose!
There he
Hey,
is. How you doing?
I'm good. How are
All
you?
right. Doing great. So you're coming
So,
to us from Chicago, is that right, Jose?
yes, I am.
Cool. The Windy City. I've only been up there one time. I had a class up there.
So, man, is it late over there? You're like 8 o'clock right now, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's like 8 o'clock now.
So we're not, because you work every day, right?
I do.
Okay, so
I do. I'm on a hybrid work schedule. So, I don't go in every day, but I do work Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
oh, that's good. No, I'm just saying, just to try to respect people's rest and stuff, because like me, I work every day. I gotta get up at 5:30. I've been like, hey man, I'm putting everybody on do not disturb at 8 o'clock because I gotta get up early.
I mean, if you're on Pacific time, you still got a little bit of time.
Yeah. See, they got that mellow time. I think they've got extra hours in the day out there in California anyway.
I'm saying, oh my God. I hate coming back from California for that reason. It's like 2 hours just gone.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
think they found some kind of trick out there.
Right.
but, but no, see, I work for the school district and I'm on spring break. So, but I'm old, right? So I'm like, I ain't trying to stay up past X o'clock, but anyhow, man, welcome to the show. If Juan Gonzalez, Mr. Juan, he's the one that tipped you off about us, right?
He did.
Yeah, so I've known that cat. Like we used to run a little small business about 10 years ago. It was called
Wow.
Blind Access Training. He was the web designer. He taught people how to make websites and stuff. And I was the guy that taught people how to use their computers. I had people send me their computers. I fixed it for them and stuff like that.
So you would configure it for them and then send it back?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they just
Oh,
tell
I
me.
Okay.
never knew that, boss. That's a former entrepreneurial stuff. I didn't realize that. That's pretty good.
So I just removed all the bloatware and loaded the screen reader, set up the laptop to where it was screen reader friendly for them.
See, that's cool. That's cool because you used your skills to do something for people who either didn't know or didn't care. Like,
I
I
would say
respect that.
the people that I was dealing with, like, they were really afraid to touch their system. Like,
Sure.
they would not even touch it to put it in the box to send it to me.
They made
Mm,
somebody else do it.
I'm like, you're gonna have to touch it eventually.
Really?
But hey, if it makes you feel any better, I'll give you the first hour for free, and then after that. But hey, man, this ain't all about me though, and so all about you, sir. So what we do on this show is we just have people come on here talk about tell us their story or whatever they feel comfortable talking about. So I'm all about creating this podcast and showing the world, hey, just because we're blind doesn't mean we can't amount to something. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So
Exactly.
so so let's start from the beginning. Were you born blind?
Yes. And in the
Okay.
city. I was born blind and born in Chicago.
Okay. What caused your vision loss?
If I recall, it's microcorneas. So I have optic nerves, and I believe it because I don't see light, but on a particularly bright day, like sunny days, if I'm out in the sun too long, it starts to hurt my eyes and I
Yeah.
end up squinting just because the pain is it's not unbearable, it's just uncomfortable,
Yeah.
you know. But no, I have no light perception. So I I don't know. I have no idea what it's like to have been able to see and then lose it. That must be really traumatic.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I had retinoblastoma real early, but I think people who deal with vision loss, like when they're older, go through things that we don't really have the same conception of. It's an adjustment, I know. So you've been in
Sure.
Chicago always, right?
Yeah, all my life.
Cool.
And what about the family? Like, because when you have a blind child, some families kind of look at it like, "Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do?" You know? How was your family like? What is your family like? I mean, do you have a big family, small family?
So I technically I'm an only child. I grew up that way, but then I found out later on that I have a half brother in Mexico. And
Oh,
Okay.
I met him 10 years ago. And then like I met him in person in 2018. I
Wow.
went over there. But before then, I was an only
Huh?
child. My parents are from different parts of Mexico. What do you call it? They ended up moving here, not because of me. They just moved here and then they had me here. And I feel very lucky and privileged that I grew up in a city like this because I mean it's quite walkable. What do you call it? And also I was integrated, like as far as school was concerned. They
Yeah.
considered putting me in the Jacksonville boarding school, Jacksonville, Illinois. The technical name for it is ISVI. They considered sending me there, but they ended up just sending me to Chicago Public Schools. And this was late 80s, early 90s, and integration was a new thing.
how old are you? So you said late '80s, '90s. How old are you?
Yeah, I was born in 82, so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
Okay.
44.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I was born in '80s, so I'm just right around the corner from you.
Do I have to say when I was born? I'm not sure I can count that far back. It's like 1958, so it's been a while.
Well,
But
you'd be about 5 years younger than my dad, so
really, but that is, you bring up an interesting point, Jose, about being able to have like an integrated path through the public school system. And a lady was talking about that yesterday. And as one who did not experience that, I'm glad you appreciate how lucky you are because that's a good thing. So y'all had resource people like from the get go and stuff.
yes. Yeah.
Good.
We had I had a resource room. I knew like one person who did not grow up, who did not go to school in that program. And so she went to like I don't want to say normal school. She just went to a school without a vision program, and the
Yeah.
teachers would come to her. Um,
A
Wow.
normal school. I love it. A normal school.
I
I'm gonna
know.
take that one down.
That's
So, Mr. Kim Smorin, where do you work? I work at a normal school.
yeah.
But
Normal all
all right,
day.
man. So, since you've been blind from birth, what can you tell us about yourself? What kind of hobbies do you do? Do you run with the crowd? Do you do quote unquote specialized things? Because I know, how well do you know Juan Gonzalez?
I met him through friends from the beatball team, from Chicago Comets. I was not playing at the time.
So you
So
don't
when he
know
started
him then, right?
playing, oh no, I know Juan well.
Oh,
We worked together.
yeah, yeah. So you know all about all the sports that he does, like.
Yeah, yeah. We played in the same team, just not at the same time.
Oh, okay.
And I know he does goal ball and everything. I never got into goal ball. Just it was just beatball that I played.
Yeah, you don't want
And
to do goal ball, man. They'll break you in half.
So what is the
I
difference
studied
actually?
jujitsu. I studied jujitsu, so you
Wow.
know.
What is the difference now, briefly, between go ball and beat ball?
I mean, when with beat ball, it's the baseball is the size of a softball. Goal ball,
Okay.
it's about the size of a basketball, but it's much heavier.
Yeah, that's the one. I knew a guy that played that. I think he ended up going like to Denmark or something for some international competition thing. This was a long time ago. But yeah, I'd always wondered what the difference was. But
But so when it comes to like reading and all that other stuff, so what screen reader do you use, and are you a braille reader?
I learned to read Braille when I was 4, thanks to CPS. And I have to clear this up because for some people, CPS means Child Protective Services. For us, it's Chicago Public Schools.
Yeah, I
So
was about to.
that's
If
good. So
if you
I'm
would have
glad
seen
you
it,
straightened that out.
yeah, man. If people would have seen the look on my face, bro, I would
I
have
know,
been like,
man. You would have been
"What?"
doing some heavy editing after the show.
right. Yeah, so out here it's DCFS if you're talking about abuse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, I was about to reach my phone, man. Hey, Juan, man, who did you?
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks to Chicago Public Schools and the program that I was in, I learned to read Braille when I was 4. On a Perkins Brailler, they did not teach
Oh,
me slate and stylus. I taught myself how to use it.
Do you like the
yeah.
And,
slate though? You like the slate and stuff? I hate it.
it's good to have it, but I never got used to using it. Even now, when when I'm brailing index cards for my movie collection, I will pull out the Perkins and just type it up.
Yeah. I used
Man,
to
because
have
you
a
gotta
I
go.
used to have a
You gotta.
teacher a long time ago that used to punish us with a slate. She'd make us hold our hand out and bop you with that metal slate. And
Oh, wow. So
yeah,
she had that imprint. You had that imprint on your
I
hand,
did.
didn't you?
Yeah,
The
like
cell imprint.
all those what would you call FOR signs? Yeah,
Right.
on your hand. And she would hit you that hard too. I
With
can
the
just
metal
remember,
slates? Oh
hold
my
your
goodness.
hand out. Yeah, she was rough.
Oof.
No, I just
Man.
couldn't mess with it though, because we all know that you have to go backwards. You know what I'm saying, when you're writing.
Yeah, yeah,
I
like
didn't do
writing.
that. I do it upside down. So then I flipped it over that way. I couldn't I for some reason I can't process writing from right to left and
Yeah,
backwards. I just turn it upside down and do it that way. And it
yeah.
made more sense to me.
Yeah, I used to hate those things when I was a kid. I was so glad after I got where they would just kind of let you run with a Perkins Brailler as long as you had the strength to carry the thing around, you know?
That's
No,
You
because
it
every
builds
5
character.
years, because every 5 years when I have to redo my certification for they probably call it something different now, but here in Washington State, I just call it the old school name, the blue test, where we have to take a transcription test, comprehend. You have to read these paragraphs and pick out the braille errors, and then another one was using a slate and stylus. So you had to write a paragraph using a slate and stylus, and you were only allowed 3 errors. I failed that so many times.
Mm,
I'm
wow.
like, man, I'm never gonna be certified. you know
Yeah, that would have been
3
a challenge
errors.
for me too.
what's that, sir?
I was
3 errors.
yeah,
Wow.
that's rough. That would have been a
I know.
challenge for me too.
I think
And
the
I
biggest
always
complaint I got was that they found candy wrappers in my brailler. That was the biggest complaint I got.
That's
And that
pretty
I was
good.
and that I was typing too loud in the classroom. Like, the teachers would complain to the VI staff that I was typing too loud.
Did
Yeah.
you attend college? Any college experience? Did
I
you
did. I did. I got a BA in, sound engineering,
Cool.
at
Oh,
Columbia College,
yeah.
Chicago.
Elaborate
Very
on that. So what do you do with that? What are you doing with that?
Well, I'm talking to you on this Rodecaster Pro because I wanted to show my best self.
Sounds
Honestly,
dope,
like,
man.
when I
Sounds dope.
when I went and, when I got my degree, it was when people were just migrating to computers and DAWs. So I actually learned to mix on analog mixing boards
wow.
and all that, because we didn't yet have voiceover on Mac OS. Like, I mean, you did, like, you had Outspoken on OS 9, but nobody knew how it worked. Like, nobody around me. I did not have people standing up for me or advocating for me, telling about, he may not have access to Pro Tools, but he should have access to Sonar or
Yeah.
Cakewalk or something, so he could do his work and all that. I didn't know what to ask for. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
did
do
not know what to ask
you
for. So this was like between 2000 to '05. And then, so I everything that I learned theoretically, I got hands-on experience ever since then.
so do you do any mixing and mastering? I mean, like, do people send you beats or anything like that to try to mix and master?
I've done mixing and mastering on the side. I'm good with Reaper. I have the equipment for, like, I got a Mac Studio where I have Logic and I have the complete control and all that stuff. I just need to get it all set up and working. And I'm almost there. And then I want to
Hey
start to
man,
learn it and get good
hey,
at it.
I gotta get your number when the show's over because
Yeah.
I make music on the side, bro.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so my day job is I work with Education District. My official job title is Braille translator, right? And then I do this podcast to try to spread the word, like I told you earlier, about what we're trying to do, trying to get the blind community to come up and stuff, right? But
Sure.
I also make music. About to drop an EP here whenever my engineer can, come back down to earth, so to speak. I'll just put that nicely.
Okay. Okay.
I use Logic Pro, and you mentioned Reaper a moment ago. I've been sitting here thinking, I don't know, man. Should I put down that $60 and use Reaper? Because I've always been a Windows guy. I only use Logic because when I got into making beats, the guy that I was talking to was like, "No, man, you gotta get a Mac. You gotta get Logic because with Logic you get 20,000 sounds. If you go to Reaper, you're not gonna have nearly half of what Logic gives you." So it became like a Pepsi Cola, Crips and Blood type battle.
Right. Right.
But I went and got it anyways. So yeah, I mean, I'll probably email you my number or something like that. We can
Yeah.
link up.
Okay. Yeah. That's what's up.
So
My thing
Jose,
is, you use what you got.
yeah, you mentioned earlier you were saying that you have kind of a hybrid work schedule. How does that work out? Do you like go into several different studios or do you do your work like from your house and then send it out? How does that happen?
I work from home as far as the audio stuff. I
Yeah.
work from home. When I said I got a hybrid work schedule, my day job is I'm a digital accessibility supervisor here at
Okay.
Access Living in Chicago. It's
Yeah.
our center for independent living here in the city.
Cool.
So, and that's where me and Juan know each other. Well, where we work because we've also worked together at the Chicago Lighthouse. Same idea,
Yeah.
you know. So that is my day job.
Yeah. And then you do the audio stuff like you were saying from your home and like
Hmm.
that goes out to the customer, right?
Right. I do it on the side. I
Cool.
do it when I can. I need to promote myself more because, I mean, yeah,
Well,
I
hey,
do sound editing, and once I get this stuff set up with the complete and the Mac and all that, I will be getting down with music, more
Yeah,
music.
I'm
'Cause
telling you,
but
I
this
also do
guy,
music
this
production.
this guy's got promotion in his blood. He'll
No, man. So that's why, like, another thing, we bring people on here if they got something to plug, plug it, If you wanna leave an email address at the end here or a Twitter or a MySpace or whatever the heck you use, however they can get, in contact with you for mixing and mastering or even you don't do music, right? Like, you don't do rap songs yourself, you just clean them up and all that?
I'm a producer. When
Yeah.
I have sung on people's songs, I am a part of a production team here locally. But my main thing these days is production.
Cool.
I would love to do it though, but I have a severe hearing loss. I just can't get it done. I won't be able to know how everything sounds. That's why I just record the stuff and just send it out to people and trust that the engineers that I'm working with won't take advantage. Because I've had people in the past where I pay them 6, 7, 800 bucks and they send it back. And then I'll throw it around the people around me like, hey man, he done a shitty job on your song, you know? So
Yeah, you have to listen in several different environments. I mean, because if you mix on one set of speakers, it may sound good on that set of speakers, but if you don't try it out elsewhere, in a car, on other sized speakers, big to small, it also depends on what you want. Um,
Yeah.
if you only mix on one set of speakers or on headphones and you don't test it anywhere else, then you cannot guarantee that it's going to sound good everywhere.
agreed. I mean, don't just try it on your subwoofer, your 808, go to the car, try it on your phone, your computer. Don't just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just
Hmm.
said, try it all over the place.
And something else too, because of Bluetooth speakers and a lot of people having smart speakers. I wouldn't be surprised if you got a lot of people who just want it to sound good on there, or you want to maximize it so that it sounds good on there. People
Yeah.
like me, I'm into home theater. Okay, I have a full fledged home theater with actual speakers. Sound bars are cool, but I grew up with actual speakers, so that's what I want my stuff to sound good on.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Okay.
to each
Cool.
their own.
So, Jose, I want to ask you, we had a friend of ours on the show a while back who is just completely like over the top AI aware. And now there's no wrong answer to this question, but I'm just curious, how do you feel about like the impact AI is having on pop music, like the current state of popular music? What do you think about that?
So I have seen what people have done with it, like with the Beatles, where they have demixed some of the albums. I think it was
Yeah,
Rubber Soul
yeah,
and
yeah,
the White Album, where they demixed them so that you can get these surround mixes. It's
yeah.
amazing what you could do, and I don't hear no artifacting. Because
I know.
when we're working with the free tools, you're gonna hear artifacting, but it's just so out there that it's like, wow, this when you get the paid stuff,
Yeah,
you see how far you can go. And
yeah,
it's just amazing what they can do with it. And it's a tool. First and foremost, it's a tool.
yeah.
So there's going to be some people who just who use it like to its fullest, and then you can have some people who abuse it, or
Right.
some people who use it just for an aesthetic or for an effect.
Yeah. And
You know,
that's cool because that's almost exactly what he said too. It's it's just interesting. A lot of people my age are just like digging in, going, no, 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 you may not. That's not right.
hmm
But I got pretty excited after hearing what he was saying. I think I'm gonna try some stuff out, like with the Suno and stuff, just to see what it's like.
I've heard a lot of clips, YouTube clips where they're emulating styles. It's crazy what you can do with this now.
Yeah.
It is just crazy, and these covers that it makes of popular songs. One of my favorites was, what is it? 1,000 Miles. Vanessa
Yeah.
Carlton, 1,000 Miles, but from the 80s, and it was just like, wow, I wish this is the stuff I think up in my head. I wish
I know.
I had this when I now people are actually making these ideas come to life. It's like that is so cool. I think
Yeah.
AI is the brain's calculator. That's how I
Yeah.
see AI.
So I'm gonna ask some general questions here for the listeners. So do you live on your own by
I
yourself?
do. I do. Now, when you say, what do you mean when you say on my own?
Like by yourself, like nobody living with you.
I mean, I live with my wife and we're both blind, but otherwise we don't live. We live by ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I just figure, hey, if you're gonna mention you're married, because I don't want to be like, are you married? You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Okay, okay. So blind and a blind married couple. So how would you describe to the listeners eh, the home life? I'm not saying like personal details, but I'm talking like, do you have a lot of cooking gadgets? Do you label stuff that, or do you just know how to use what you need to use?
All three. All three. I have some accessible gadgets. I don't have any of the smart ones like the microwaves, the smart air fryer, if that exists. I don't have those, but like, my refrigerator has a touch screen, but I put bump dots underneath the touch buttons so
Yeah.
that I can align my finger before I touch it. I did the same with a TV back in 2010. It was like an LG TV that had no hardware buttons. It was just a touch panel. And so then I would use the print underneath to like to I would use that as the bump dot, as the guide. And then
Yeah.
I'd move my finger, I'd slide my finger up to touch the button. I'm hearing about things like egg crackers. What is it called? Accessible chopsticks. It's got a spring in between the two so that you could. Yeah, I
Hey.
know. Like I didn't even know that existed. I'm not 100% aware of these little adaptive gadgets, but when
Yeah.
I find out about them, it's like, okay, I want to try the one that I want to get, and it's not because I've gotten used to boiling, but the little metal disc that you put inside a pot when you boil, I want that so that I can go off and do something else with my time. And then when I hear the disc rattling, I know that it's time to
Oh
check it.
man, that would be good to have. I'd never heard of that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, they sell them at some of these accessible like the lighthouses and
yeah,
all that. They sell them there.
cool. I'm gonna check that out. That would be helpful.
The level of the liquid thing, the thing with the wires on them, and you put it in a glass and then you pour, and then when it beeps, you know that you should stop pouring.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do the NFB trick and make food for 40 people, yeah, I'm going to use that. If I am just making something for myself or for me and my wife, I'm going to use my finger.
Yeah,
Okay? I
I
wash my
know.
hands,
Really.
I'm
Yeah.
clean.
You know each other. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
good.
know, but we're good at adapting. I think
Yeah.
for for people our age, we had to learn to adapt to our environments. And not saying that, listen, I am grateful for all this technology that we have. It's just different when you grew up not having something and then you have it versus
Yeah.
growing up with technology. It's a big difference. I don't judge people. I don't judge people in the way they live because to me it's like you use what you got and you do what you can to achieve your
Yeah.
goals.
Like play to your strengths. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Exactly. And so that's how me and my wife live. Like we live together and sure, there are some things we cannot do. Even with the two of us, there are some things we can't do. Filling out paper forms, for example, I still need
Yeah.
help with that.
Yeah.
You know, we use Be My Eyes when we have to. We use Ira when we have to. I cannot afford a subscription right now, but
Yeah.
when it's
Who can?
available, I use it.
That stuff is expensive though, man. Ira, kidding me?
It can
Uh,
be expensive. It
Yeah.
can be, and if you're not a part of the right groups, you don't qualify for the subsidies. And I mean, that's how they got to eat too, and I understand that. But I hope that we get to a point where it is subsidized enough or popular enough that it would go the way cell phone minutes went. Because now everybody's got unlimited talk and text. Maybe we can
Yeah.
work something out see, that's the other thing too, because the ones paying for this access are the companies like airports, corporations. like
Yeah,
all that stuff. They're paying for the access so that people like us can use these apps for free.
yeah. That cell phone minutes is a good analogy though, because I mean, at first it looked like they were always going to be that way, and then, you just wake up one year and they're free. So maybe that will happen.
You know, you mismanaging your minutes.
Yeah,
Don't lie, you mismanaging your it built character, didn't it?
really, it did. Oh yeah, my daughter, when she was like about, oh gosh, 16 or 17, one month, my ex calls me and goes, "I gotta talk to you about this phone bill." And I didn't know what she was talking about. And Leah had texted, I forget how much it was, but it was like I think $102 over the bill. And
Oh
I
my
said,
goodness.
"Well, she'll have to work that off or pay it back or something." And she did. She was pretty embarrassed about it. But yeah, you do have to learn how to manage that stuff.
I mean, there were real consequences, man. You remember like when you had to do the same for landlines, right?
Yes.
Like you had to
Oh, yeah.
pay the long distance charges, and for us it was like here in Chicago, like anything further than 8 miles out was long distance.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, 'cause s I'm from, like, the Southeast, and it was 1971 when we got direct dialing, like, where you didn't have to call the operator, and,
Hmm.
everybody just like, "Well, what do I do?" Nobody knew that you dialed area codes and other numbers. It was, like, nutty at first, but yeah, all that stuff has come a long way.
Yeah, so the reason why I asked about the living on your own type thing, because sometimes we may have some youngsters listening. I'm not saying like young youngsters, but like young adults, 20, 19, 18,
Yeah,
whatever,
for
that
the
are
first
getting
time being
ready.
on their own.
Yeah, so just wanted to, get someone's opinion about being on their own, because it could be, you know, something that could be nerve-wracking to them, because like they're gonna be out of the nest, away from the security blanket. So it sounds like you're doing well. And how long you been on your own? Out away from the fam?
So I've been on my own since 2016.
Okay.
Okay.
In December of 2015, I moved out of my mother's house and into a condo rented thanks to the Chicago Housing Authority. I finally made it to the top of the list and got into subsidized housing here in the city. And I moved into a condo, and I was very lucky to have found a condo in downtown. And it was that wasn't the technical first time that I was out on my own. The first time was when I was part of the Illinois Center for Rehab. So ICRE, they called it ICRE Wood because it was on Wood Street. And I lived in their apartment for a month by myself. So I'd stay there during the week and then go home on weekends and all that. So that was technically the first time I was out on my own.
Yeah.
And that was in back in 2005. So then 10 years later, I finally had a reason to actually practice all the skills that I learned in rehab and what my mother and my father taught me because I had to. I find it interesting, you know, drivers, people who meet me outside, people who have helped me over the years, they see me and they ask, how do you do it? How do you live your life?
Yeah.
It's like, because I have to. I don't have a choice. Because my other choice would be, okay, I could live with family. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like I want my autonomy. I want my agency. And I've been thinking a lot about like communal living versus individual living. I'm not judging one or the other. Some people have a propensity towards one or the other. I just happen to be more individual. Whereas my wife, she was more communal,
Yeah.
and so that's that's how I am, right? Because without getting too into details and too personal, I'm just gonna say, one of the things that I try not to feel these days is like I'm being watched.
Yeah.
That's the thing I want to avoid. I don't mind being by myself. I don't mind being in solitude. Some people can't stand it.
Yeah, I'm completely with you on that. I'm a person who enjoys, kind of thrives on a lot of alone time. I like people. I like being around them, but I there is always a part of me, if I'm in like a big group situation or whatever for a while, that is secretly thinking, yeah, but this will be done soon and I will be back to my big old ridiculous house, me and the cats. So I know exactly what you mean about it's just like kind of a healthy-ish attitude about solitude, and it's not for everybody, but I kind of dig my solitude.
Yep.
I've gotten better over the years. I mean, I was a single parent for about 10 years or so, and then they all moved out. And when the house was empty, I'm like, first, man, this sucks. It's all quiet, blah, 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 blah. But it took me several years. But now I love the silence. And I'm
Yeah,
generally speaking, like, I'm always in my own lane, anyways. But yeah, I like that alone time, quietness, quiet stuff.
It helps to recharge. I
yeah,
gotta say, it really helps to recharge, especially if I'm dealing with people all day, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna say I am in some situations I am more extroverted, and then in others I'm introverted. So in
yeah,
those cases where I'm dealing with large crowds of people, I will come home and just veg out
yeah,
and watch a movie on my home theater, just
yeah,
watch a movie and turn it up loud and just enjoy the controlled chaos.
yeah, yeah,
For
with
me,
you
though,
at the wheel.
I just, I don't like crowds because of the hearing loss. You know what I mean? So, like,
I understand that.
when all the noise goes in one ear, I just go bananas. Like, I think when I was married, she used to have problems with me. We would go to her fam's house, and she's like, "Why you always get up and go, smoking outside?" I'm like, "It's just too loud in here. Everything is going in one ear. Why can't you understand that?" You know, I ain't got no beef towards nobody. It's just I gotta have my quiet time, and it's too
Yeah,
loud.
Two solutions. And I get it. I understand that because I used to like plug my ears with napkins, like ball it up and plug my ears, like especially in a club, in a loud gig. I used to
yeah,
plug my ears, right? Then I went to an audiologist thanks to my college years. I learned about this company here in Chicago called Sensophonics, and I bought myself some earplugs. There's nothing electronic about them. They're just analog earplugs, and they're made to fit your ears and attenuate. And so the filters that I have, I think, are their 15 dB attenuation. So you put them on, and it's like you turn the volume down. They don't, your ears don't feel like they're covered. Now, I'm careful with that because it messes with my localization a little bit. Like I still got to be able to hear sounds reflected off of surfaces so that I
yeah,
know where I'm at. Now, these days, you can use AirPods and the transparency that helps, especially with their limiters. It helps to maybe turn the volume down.
yeah.
But if you can, earplugs from an audiologist would be a good investment.
Yeah, I'll look into that the next time I go see one.
It really helped.
Yeah. So, Jose, one thing we do, and you've kind of touched on this already, but we always we always plumb our guests for advice. So, and the boss touched on this for a minute, like with the younger kids. But if you have to give anyone who is living with blindness in some context any advice, what have you learned from like your whole school experience and your life experience in general that you would want to pass on to someone?
So it depends on the person.
Yeah.
When you're talking about parents and educators, you're the people who look up to you, the kids who look up to you, the adults. who you're helping to rehab, the last thing they need is to be told that they can't. That's my advice to you,
Yeah.
because the world is going to give them plenty of that. Can I curse on here or no?
You can. We've had people
Since
curse
it's
before.
you, we'll allow it. Yeah.
Okay. Just that the world is going to give them plenty of that shit to tell them
Yes, it
that you
is.
can't do something.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not that blind people, there are things we physically cannot do because we can't see it.
Right.
So my idea is not so much to try and do it the exact same way as a sighted person, but find a way to accomplish the same goal, but in a
Yeah.
different way and in a way that works for you. And
Yeah.
everybody's going to have a different way of doing stuff. That's what I would tell the parents and the educators. I would tell them that. The kids, I'd say, don't stop being curious. Be as curious as you can. I have
Yeah.
seen plenty of people, and again, I am not trying to judge anybody because I was lucky the way I grew up and I had encouraging parents and I had parents that let me explore. We're not all that lucky. Some people lost their sight and really miss being able to do things like sighted people. Some people did not have were not fortunate enough to be allowed to explore. Some people live in small towns that are not walkable. Hell, some people live in large cities that aren't really walkable.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take advantage of your resources. As far as I'm concerned, in this community, we should be helping each other out. We should really be helping each other out. And
Exactly.
everybody's got their own circumstances.
And this is why I thought about doing the show. I want to get
Yeah.
as many stories out there as I can from everybody to show that, hey, we can do the damn thing, as the old saying goes.
Yeah. I like what you said about curiosity too, Jose, because, you know, sometimes you get in a rut. I mean, I've had that happen to myself at different stages of my life, and it's a thing worthy of resisting. It's always good, like what we were talking about a while ago with the AI and the music. It's always good to try to give new stuff a chance if you can, and that becomes more pronounced of a question, like, as you get older. Like, I'm
Sure.
67, and you do have to think about that more often, but I really liked what you said about stay curious.
Thank you. Thank you. I really believe that because we're missing a sense, we have to remain curious, because otherwise there's plenty of people out there that are going to tell you what you cannot do.
Yeah.
And we don't need that from our own. We have plenty of it. But we don't need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have anything to plug? I mean, I know you mentioned, the engineer thing before we let you go. If people want to try to chop it up with you, do business musically, mixing, mastering, you want to plug anything before we roll out?
If anybody wants to reach me, it's Jose, Jose underscore A underscore Martinez at Comcast.net. Yeah,
Cool.
I do like mixing and mastering. I am looking for gigs. I am looking for ways to expand my income because you know how things are,
Yeah.
right? And I'm just looking for like-minded people. I'm also into home theater. Very few people that I know these days because I mean everybody's into streaming right now or whatever they can afford.
Yeah.
This just happens to be my hobby, so I know maybe a handful of people who are into it as well. I also study Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So, I'm always interested in meeting like-minded people who study it. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm into. And then also, of course, my day job, I'm the digital accessibility supervisor at Access Living. So, go to accessliving.org if you'd like to learn more about what we do there.
Great.
All right, sir. Well, I really appreciate the time that you've taken out to chop it up with us.
It's
And
been a
me
pleasure,
personally,
Kimson. What's your name, sir? Kimson, and then what's your name?
My stage name here is Flavius. So
Flavius. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my government name is Kim Son, but my stage name I go by Kim's 4N.
Yeah. And my given name is Bradford. So
Got it.
yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, man. If you want to check out any of my songs, just ask to play Kim's 4N, and then because you might be mixing some of my beats in the future, bro.
Really?
All right.
Yeah,
Show me
yeah.
what you got. Where can I? You have any of your stuff on Apple Music?
Oh yeah, all my stuff.
Streaming on YouTube? Any? You got all your stuff on there? Okay.
Yeah, all over the place. Not that many. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there, but
Yeah, well, just send me some links. See what, and I can show you some of the stuff that I've been working on over the years.
yeah, man. When we're done here and when Flavius and I are done wrapping it up, I'll email you my YouTube link.
Cool.
All
Good.
right, sir. Well, I'm gonna keep your email address, and I will email you my phone number so we can stay in contact and all the other stuff. And once again, I appreciate the time, and please tell Juan I said what's up, and to check his text messages and stop forgetting to read them when I send them.
Thanks,
I'll be
Jose.
sure to deliver the message personally. It was a pleasure meeting you all.
All right, thank you, sir. You have a nice evening.
Thank you. You too as well.
All right.
All right. That was
Jose Martinez.
has left the building.
Really enjoyed that. Man, I liked his
I'm just
his
gonna put.
choice of the word curious. I was digging
Hey,
that.
to the people out there, I'm just gonna pull the curtain back a little bit because some of the people we'll be talking to, we kind of like have an idea of what's up. This guy, we had no idea. We're like, who is this?
That's right.
But
You
that's
could,
the beauty of it, though, bro. You never know what's on the other side of the door, man.
yeah, and everybody has a different take on a different journey.
But that microphone, that roaster oven thing, whatever the hell he called it,
Yeah, that Pro Roadster, I think. Yeah, he was coming through.
dude, that sounded beast mode, man. I'm like, I gotta get one of those.
Yeah,
I'm over here using an Audio Technica,
yeah. I'm on
but
this like 10-year-old Blue Yeti.
yeah, this Technica, man, I've had it since 2016, 2017. But you know what they say, man, about us old folks, man.
They'll say most anything, brother.
But yeah,
Yeah,
man. I mean, I hope my current engineer is not listening. I mean, I'm not working out with him yet, but
yeah.
um,
But hey,
but hey, man, there's polyamory going on in the music business too,
it's
so
true.
I could have more than one engineer.
That's right. You can be committed to multiple playing partners, you know. It's it can happen. And I won't talk about you.
I'm not gonna call your name out, you know.
I know.
But yeah, man, that guy was deep, man, deep. You could tell he was just like because he said when he talked about yeah, man, I wanted to use my toaster oven, so I can't remember what did he call that the microphone he was using, whatever.
I think it's like a Roadster Pro.
No, I
It's not
heard the name before, but remember I told you I always change names around, so I forget the original name.
yeah.
Roadcaster.
Was it Roadcaster or just Roadster? Maybe it was Roadcaster. You're gonna have to go back and listen when you edit that thing. Now you got me wondering.
Yeah, because my secondary engineer, when we were talking about the P4 Next, he was like, it sounds like one of those roadcasters or whatever. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna. There's so much out there when it comes to technology, but
Yeah.
when he says be curious, I can't afford to be curious, bro. So I can't be going out buying roadcasters, man.
I know. But
But I know what he meant though. I'm just playing around.
yeah.
'Cause my next major purchase is my hearing aid. I already told you guys the price on that. Did I? Didn't I? Or
Yeah.
was it off to
Well, that might have been before we got on there, but
yeah, so it's like for each pair. The low end is 600, in the middle is 1,600, and then 2,500.
Wow.
So I mean, I don't know what's more important, me buying a damn roaster oven microphone or whatever he called it.
I would say initially, if that hearing aid is an improvement, the hearing aid is more important for you because it's going to lower your stress level.
Oh yeah, I don't have 3 kids to blame anymore for my stress level.
But you still got a co-host, and that's
That's just as bad, right? Is that
it
what you're
is.
saying?
It is. Because
One
because
co-host equals
he should know better.
I think you're older than all my 3 daughters put together, bro.
I probably am.
20 no, let's do the math. 20, 22, and 18.
Oh man, that's pretty complicated. Let's see. 42 and 18. Oh yeah, I am. I got 7 years on all of that. Yeah.
Like, this is like, "Thanks, bro. You're making me feel old."
Oh no. Nothing gonna bother me about that. At this point, see, every day when you start thinking you're old, you go, "Yeah, but I'm still here." And and that's what I'm digging. Because man, I was working on an assignment you gave me about music, and I finally found some of my old stuff, and a lot of the guys that I used to run with have passed on. So I had cause to think about that. Some of that stuff's like 20, 25 years old. But yeah, I'm still here and I would rather still be here.
Wait a minute, so hold on, let me go back to this cat that just, represented on the show with us.
Yeah,
Wasn't Penny talking about the same place, the boarding school?
she was.
She did not go there, right? Or
I
did
don't
or
think she did. She mentioned it. So it's like she
I ain't
went,
gonna lie, bro, you're gonna laugh at me or everybody else is gonna, because when they both separately mentioned Jacksonville,
yeah,
and I'm like, "What is the big whoop with Florida?"
I know. See, but what I'm realizing from like listening to her and listening to him, Chicago has apparently, or Illinois has probably had like a pretty relatively enlightened educational policy toward the blind and visually impaired.
Yeah, man, but Chicago, they always get this bad rep because of all the crime.
I know all the gangsters and stuff, but
Pizza's off the hook, though.
yeah. And he was talking about that too, like Chicago is walkable. And this guy showed me when I went, there was another blind guy in my class, and he went. I said, "What are you going to do tonight, Paul?" He goes, "I'm going to ride the L all the way out to the end. They've expanded since I was here." And he gets on that train and goes all the way out as far as it would go and comes back just for the experience. But he had lived in Chicago for a long time, and then he came down here to Austin. But Chicago is it sounds like a good environment for the visually impaired.
Oh, man. Can I curse on here? I remember that. I mean, that was nice of him to ask, but it was like, he'll edit it out if you can't.
Yeah.
But no, I respect him for asking, though.
Yeah. Well, I
I
just
mean,
told
because
him since it was him, he could do it.
no, we had a couple of people. Sheila, she dropped a curse word. Mike, I mean, he dropped a curse word, but he didn't do it, like, in a way to sound dirty and insult someone, you're like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing to I ain't doing shit to?" That's pretty much it, you know? It's not
Yeah.
like, but I know everybody out there has heard that word at least once in their life, so
Yeah.
we're not gonna get negative 1 stars or anything like that, but yeah, folks, if anything, hopefully you guys enjoyed his story. He sounds like a young man, you know, done did his thing. Sounds like he's a go-getter,
Really. And
and
he's got his life together. That was the
yeah,
impression I got.
yeah, sound
He
like
knows what he wants to do and he's headed for it.
what did he say? He left his family, right?
Yeah. Well, he just said that he moved out of his mother's house. What did he say in like 2016, I think?
Yeah, so if he was born in '82, that put him at 10 30 something, right?
Yeah, like
33?
30-ish. Yeah,
33?
32.
Yeah,
Right.
I was sitting there trying to do the math
I
while you were
know. I know.
talking.
You put me on the spot. Just get get that phone off do not disturb and get me some calculator going here. Yeah.
I know, man, because I would've been like, "Hey, man, if my braille display could show some braille on the display, I'll pull up the calculator right now, man."
I know
But
it.
no, 33 though, I mean, I'm not hating on it. I mean, I know a dude I should get him on the show, actually. I wanna see what's up with him, but he's in his mid to late 40s, and he still lives with his parents.
I know. But it's like what Jose was saying. You know, it's a good policy not to judge anybody, just to wish people well, wish
Oh, yeah,
for them to
exactly. I mean, when I say
and wish
that
for them to play to their strengths, whatever those are.
exactly, I mean, I'm not hating on anyone who's living with their parents.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why this gentleman is because everybody else is gone. He just feels the need to stay back and take care of his parents because his parents are
Yeah.
old,
Yeah.
and I respect that, you know?
Yeah, it's legit. It's essentially what my sister does right now with my mom. Now
But
she's sighted, but it's the same thing.
same concept, but
Yeah.
on the flip side, though, he that's why I said what I said about being out there on your own because there are people out there, and he's one of them. The gentleman that I'm referencing. He just does he's petrified of being out on his own,
Yeah.
you know? So
Yeah.
there are people out there. I mean, you could be 52 years old, 44, and you could still be afraid out of your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's like what he was talking about too. Some of us just have kind of a more solitary temperament, and it might be easier for us to want to be on our own, but it doesn't make one group right and one group wrong. It's just, as people say, a thing you do.
Man, but for me though, I like I said in the previous show, I left because of a woman, my mom's house, and I had that fairy tale, mindset where we're gonna get married and all this other stuff, and blah 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 blah, and then eventually everything it came full circle. I just became by myself, right? But
Yeah.
I was not afraid when I was by myself because I learned the things that I learned, like he was saying,
Yeah.
and I used those to my advantage. And yeah, I'm even though I get lazy, I don't want to do it. Everybody does it. You don't even have to be
Yeah.
blind. Sighted
No, you
people,
don't. And
sighted people.
when you have to do it, you can do it, and that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, so guys, when you guys hear people, "Oh, I ordered pizza," that doesn't mean they don't know how to cook. We're just being lazy, and you got those
Yeah,
moments that you want to be lazy.
that's right.
So yeah, man. So I hope everybody enjoyed this show and leave your comments, whether if you're on YouTube or everywhere else that you can find this, because we got more guests coming down the pipeline, and that's all I got. You got anything left to
Man,
say?
I think this is a good way to end it, but I really enjoyed the show. I enjoyed meeting Jose.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting what we got,
I
but
wasn't either.
but
Yeah,
that's why we don't judge.
that's right. We better not.
Not that we were. It's just guys, we've been recording so many shows. We're like, oh, what do you mean? Okay, I got the name though, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know we do like name. What's the bio? Give it a bio. But so far, it's worked out pretty good. I think we're having a good time.
Yeah, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, share it, subscribe, let people know to subscribe, and we always appreciate it. So, anyways, guys, you guys have a great evening, a great day, great whatever, depending on the time you're listening to
That's
this. And hope
right.
we will catch you guys on the flip side.
All right.
Peace.